Welcome to the fourth episode of our series Excel for FP&A and Cost Management. In our video today, we'll discuss one of the most important Excel functions. It's SUM product. I will show you how to use this function in pricing your product, calculate the product cost, profit margin, and recommendation for the other application. Let us start with a simple example.
In this example, the company need to calculate the total sales amount, the total variable costs, and the contribution margin. The standard solution is to multiply the sales quantity for each item, column D, by the sales price for each item also, column E. As you see, the result will be in column F, then in sales F12, you can calculate the total sales using SUM function. But what SUM product can do? SUM product can multiply together the items in the arrays, and then sums up the result. Let's see. In cell F13 type equals SUM product, double-click. Then insert function. In array 1, select the data range D4 to D10. In array 2, select the data range E4 to E10. Then press OK. Now it's worked the same. But what the average price for the overall or total sales? Can we use the average function? In cell E12 type equal average, then calculate. The result is $453. Is it correct? Sure not. In cell H12 multiply the total quantity in cell D12 by the average price cell E12. As you see, the total sales calculating in cell H12, not the same calculated in cell F12. We need to calculate the weighted average price per 1 unit. In cell E13 type SUM product and repeat the same steps, but then divide by the total quantity in cell D12. Again, in cell H13 multiply the total quantity in cell D12 by the weighted average price cell E13. Now the total sales are the same. Illustrative 2. Now let's calculate the total variable cost and contribution margin. But this time try to type the formula yourself. In cell F12 type equals SUM product. Select the range of D4 to D10, sales quantity. Don't forget to type comma, then select the range F4 to F10, variable cost. Then enter. Now let's calculate the weighted average variable cost per 1 unit. Again, you can't use the average function, it is not correct result. Copy the formula from cell F12 and paste in cell F13. Then divide it by cell D12, the total sales quantity. Now you have the weighted average price per unit, and the weighted average variable cost per unit.
Illustrative 3. Now in sheet Illustrative 3. Can you calculate the total contribution margin and the weighted average contribution per unit? I'll share this worksheet with you for practicing. Just write your email in the LinkedIn post to this video. I will type the link to this post. Now in column O, you have the total sale quantity, cell O4. The total sales amount, cell O6. The total variable cost, cell O8. Also, the contribution margin, cell O10, and the contribution ratio cell P10. To learn how to use these dynamic shapes, you can watch episode 1 in this series, for dynamic shapes and formatting effects. Also, watch episode 5 for calculating the contribution margin. But in the other series about how to build your financial model.
Illustrative 4. But can I use SUM product with a condition? Same as SUMIF and SUMIFS function. Let's try 3 calculation methods based on one condition. The same example of 7 products A to G, but as you see in column B, the same product may be bulk or bagged. We need to calculate the total quantity of bulk type, then bag type. In cell D18 type equals SUM product, then select the criteria D4 to D12, sales quantity. Select the criteria D4 to D12 and press F4. Type double negative sign, open brackets, and select area B4 to B12, the product packing type. Then type equal bagged, but between double quotes. Don't forget, because bagged is text. Again, for area B4 to B12, select the area and press F4. You can copy the formula for another condition. We typed double negative to force Excel to convert the true and false values into ones and zeros. In other words, to deal with the condition as a value not text. Then close the brackets, and press Enter. Don't forget to close the brackets.
Now do the same in cell D19, for the product type bulk. Copy formula from cell D18 and type the word bulk instead of bagged. Then enter. Let's try the second method. In cell G18, type SUM product, then select area G4 to G12, and press F4. Again, type double negative, open brackets, and select area B4 to B12. Then equal B18 and close the brackets. In the first method, you don't need to have those cells include the text bagged and bulk. In the second you need these cells. Now copy the formula from cell G18 to cell G19 and press Enter. As you see, the total sales amount in cell G20 is the same as total in cell G14.
The third method, you will not need to type double negative. It will be more simple than the first 2 methods. In cell J18, type SUM product. Then open brackets and select area B4 to B12. Don't forget to press F4. Now type equal and select cell B18 and close the first brackets. Type asterisk symbol, open brackets and select area J4 to J12, press F4 and close bracket. Again, type asterisk open brackets and select area D4 to D12, press F4 and close brackets. Press Enter. Now copy the formula from cell J18 to cell J19 and press Enter. But what if I have multiple criteria and multiple conditions? In the next episode, I will discuss how to use SUM product with multiple and criteria. Also, using SUM product function with a drop-down list in Excel. And with some other functions such as month and ifs.
Let's take a short break to ask the experts as usual. Amazing article is Excel SUM product an alternative to SUMIFS by Mynda Treacy, in here website My Online Training Hub. In here article, Mynda discussed how and why to use SUMPRODUCT function, instead of the SUMIFS, COUNTIFs or AVERAGEIFs functions. In other words, the if series of functions. It's highly recommended to read this article for a good practice. I will put the direct link in the comments.
Another good article is by the CFI team. The Corporate Finance Institute website is essential for all finance team. The article is, What is the SUMPRODUCT Excel function? A good 2 examples, with the ability to download the sample Excel file, for practicing. Then finally important notes about the SUMPRODUCT Excel function.
Also, I would recommend you check out this post by Kurnia Dhimas about how to calculate the outstanding and paid invoices using SUMPRODUCT function.
Finally, and as usual for my Arabian Connects, I would recommend you watch this video by Hazem Hassan. How to use SUMPRODUCT function instead of 6 functions. SUM SUMIF and SUMIFS. COUNTIF and COUNTIFs. Really good video for the beginners.
Now would you like to download this worksheet and to do more practicing? Write your email in the comments of the LinkedIn post related to this video. I will mention the link to the LinkedIn post below the video. Again, in the LinkedIn post. See you in the next episode.